The city pulsed with a neon glow, bathing the onion domes of ancient cathedrals in shades of electric blue and fuchsia. Vintage synthwave melodies drifted from hidden speakeasies, their rhythm merging with the throbbing bass lines of a distant rave. A lone figure, silhouetted against the towering architecture, held a vinyl record in one hand, a glowing smartphone in the other.
The past and the future, east and west, intertwined in this surreal dreamscape. Was this Moscow, or some digital echo, a simulacrum of memory and desire?
The air crackled with a strange energy, a potent cocktail of history and innovation. Glowing Cyrillic script scrolled across the walls of buildings, advertising holographic operas and virtual borscht. A sense of displacement settled upon the lone figure, a feeling of being caught between worlds.
A familiar melody, a haunting melody from childhood, drifted from a passing tram, momentarily grounding him in the present. It was a song of longing and loss, a timeless ballad that transcended borders and generations.
The figure lifted his head, drawn skyward by the hypnotic rhythm of the city. He felt a strange sense of liberation, a shedding of old skins and preconceived notions. The city was a canvas, a blank slate upon which he could paint his own reality. But who was he, stripped of his cultural armor, his carefully constructed identity?
The question hung in the air, unanswered, echoing through the labyrinthine streets. The melody from the tram faded into the background hum of the city, replaced by the synthesized pulse of the future.
The lone figure tucked the vinyl under his arm, a tangible link to the past, and turned towards the source of the hypnotic music. His journey into the heart of this enigmatic city, this digital dreamscape, had just begun. He walked with a newfound purpose, eager to lose himself in the kaleidoscope of sound and light.
He found himself in a dimly lit room, the air thick with incense and anticipation. Mirrors lined the walls, their surfaces reflecting fractured images, distorted realities. Each reflection offered a different version of himself. The dutiful son, the rebellious artist, the masked lover, a kaleidoscope of identities, each vying for dominance.
Which one was the true reflection, or was he merely a composite, a patchwork of experiences and expectations?
A wave of dizziness washed over him as he moved deeper into the Hall of Mirrors. The reflections multiplied, becoming more grotesque, more exaggerated. He saw his own insecurities staring back at him, magnified and distorted. His carefully constructed facade crumbled under the weight of self-scrutiny. The room seemed to close in, the air growing heavy with the weight of his own expectations.
He stumbled back, desperate for a way out of this labyrinth of self-deception. The reflections mocked him, their laughter echoing in his ears. He covered his eyes, unable to bear the scrutiny, the relentless judgment.
A single tear traced a path down his cheek, a silent acknowledgement of his own fragility. Taking a deep breath, he forced himself to open his eyes. The reflections were still there, but their power over him had diminished. He saw them for what they were, mere illusions, projections of his own fears and insecurities. He was the architect of his own reality, and it was time to reclaim his power.
He smashed the closest mirror, the sound liberating him from the grip of self-doubt.
He emerged from the suffocating confines of the Hall of Mirrors into the cool embrace of a moonlit forest. A silver river, reflecting the starry sky, wound its way through the trees, its gentle current a soothing balm to his troubled soul. He knelt by the water's edge, cupping the cool liquid in his hands, and splashed it onto his face. The world seemed to come into focus, the chaos of the city replaced by the serenity of nature.
He sat by the riverbank, mesmerized by the play of moonlight on the water. The reflections here were different, fluid and ever-changing. He saw glimpses of his past, present and future, but they no longer held him captive. He was a traveler, passing through the river of time, his identity constantly evolving.
The forest was alive with the sounds of the night, the rustling of leaves, the hoot of an owl, the gentle murmur of the river. He closed his eyes, surrendering to the symphony of nature, allowing the sounds to wash over him, cleansing him of his anxieties. The air smelled of pine needles and damp earth, grounding him in the present moment.
He realized that true self-discovery wasn't about finding the right reflection, but about embracing the constant flow of change. He was a work in progress, a symphony still being composed, and this journey, this exploration of self, was just one movement in a much larger composition. He stood up feeling lighter, freer than he had in a long time, ready to face whatever lay ahead.
As he ventured deeper into the forest, the trees began to shimmer and sway, their branches reaching out to him like beckoning arms.
The air grew thick and heavy, swirling with a kaleidoscope of colors.
He felt a strange pull, a sense of being drawn into another dimension, a realm where logic and reason no longer applied.
Reality itself seemed to bend and distort, like a reflection in a funhouse mirror.
He stumbled upon a clearing bathed in an otherworldly light.
Giant mushrooms pulsed with an internal glow, casting psychedelic patterns on the surrounding trees.
A chorus of unseen creatures hummed a haunting melody, their voices weaving a tapestry of sound that vibrated deep within his soul.
He felt himself falling, tumbling down an endless rabbit hole of sensation and perception.
Time lost all meaning as he surrendered to the swirling vortex of colors and sounds.
He saw visions of ancient rituals, futuristic landscapes, and faces both familiar and strange.
He felt the boundaries of his ego dissolving, merging with the universal consciousness.
Fear turned to awe, and he embraced the unknown with a sense of childlike wonder.
He was no longer sure if he was awake or dreaming, and it no longer mattered.
He had stepped through the looking glass, leaving behind the constraints of his former self.
He was a blank canvas, ready to be painted by the cosmic brushstrokes of the universe.
He was pure potential, infinite possibility.
He found himself standing on the precipice of a vast canyon, a swirling vortex of colors and light pulsating below.
It was as if someone had cracked open the sky, revealing the raw, unfiltered energy of the universe.
He felt a surge of exhilaration, a sense of liberation he had never known before.
He was a kite dancing on the wind, a leaf caught in a cosmic updraft.
Looking down into the kaleidoscopic abyss, he saw reflections of countless cultures, intertwined and interconnected.
Ancient symbols pulsed with new meaning, their wisdom transcending time and language.
He saw the faces of strangers, their eyes reflecting compassion, understanding, and a shared humanity.
The divisions that had once seemed so insurmountable now appeared as mere illusions, arbitrary lines drawn in the sand.
Music filled the air, a vibrant tapestry of sounds from every corner of the globe.
Traditional Russian folk melodies merged seamlessly with the driving beats of electronic dance music, creating a sonic landscape that was both familiar and utterly unique.
He closed his eyes, surrendering to the rhythm, allowing the music to wash over him, breaking down the last vestiges of his resistance.
As he danced on the edge of infinity, he felt a profound sense of peace settle over him.
He was home, not in a specific place, but in the realization of his own interconnectedness with all things.
He was a citizen of the universe, a kaleidoscope of experiences and perspectives, a testament to the transformative power of cultural exchange.
The colors of the canyon began to soften, the music fading into a gentle hum.
He opened his eyes to find himself back in the city, the familiar onion domes now bathed in the soft glow of dawn.
The surreal journey had left him changed, his perspective forever altered.
He no longer saw the world in black and white, but in 1,000 shades of grey.
He embraced the beauty of ambiguity, the complexity of human experience.
He walked through the awakening city, noticing details he had overlooked before. The intricate carvings on a wooden door, the laughter of children playing in a fountain, the aroma of freshly baked bread wafting from a nearby bakery.
He saw the beauty in the mundane, the sacred in the everyday.
He was present, grounded in the moment, grateful for the gift of simply being.
He came across a street musician, a young woman playing a haunting melody on a battered accordion.
He recognized the song from his childhood, the one that had momentarily grounded him during his descent into the city's neon heart.
He smiled, realizing that the past was never truly gone, but lived on in the echoes of music and the shared stories that connected generations.
He dropped a coin in the musician's hat, a silent acknowledgement of the power of music to transcend borders, to heal the wounds of division.
As he walked away, the melody followed him, a reminder that the journey was far from over.
He was a work in progress, a symphony still being composed, a testament to the enduring power of cultural exchange and the transformative journey of self-discovery.